Hi everyone, my name is Laura Sloan, and I'm going to be arguing why I disagree with this argument that the World Health Organization has been effective IGO to address the COVID-19 pandemic. I think that they were ineffective in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. According to a meeting held by the Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic, the Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic held a hearing titled Reforming the WHO, Ensuring Global Health Security and Accountability. The purpose of this committee was to examine the effectiveness of the World Health Organization, assess its response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and explore areas for improvement. Three Biden administration officials from the U.S. State Department, U.S. Agency for International Development, and U.S. Department of Health and Human Services were in agreement that the Chinese Communist Party was not transparent in sharing COVID-19 information with the world, and that the WHO must be reformed before their world faces another pandemic. There was the Select Subcommittee on Coronavirus Pandemic Chairman Brad Wenstrup opened the hearing by detailing four major examples of the WHO bowing to political pressure from the CCP. He said, "We saw the WHO deny that COVID-19 was spread via human-to-human transmission, based entirely on the word of Chinese government. The WHO delayed naming COVID-19 a public health emergency of international concern, a World Health Organization procedure that, amongst other things, would have allowed for the procurement and distribution of scarce supplies, all because the Chinese Communist Party told them that the spread was under control. The WHO delayed serious measures to counter the global spread of COVID-19. Because the CCP was only worried about their own bottom line, when the WHO produced a report evaluating possible origins of COVID-19, it became unquestionably evident that the entire report was nothing more than Chinese propaganda." Dr. Atul Gawande, Assistant Administrator for Global Health at USAID, recognized the failures of the WHO during the COVID-19 pandemic and noted that USAID's role in reforming the WHO in preparation for a future health emergency. The International Panel for Pandemic Preparedness and Response issued its report on Wednesday into the global handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, calling for a new transparent global system to be set up for investigating disease outbreaks. They pointed out three main problems with the WHO. According to the panel, the first problem with the World Health Organization is they should have declared the coronavirus outbreak in China an international emergency instead of waiting for January 30th. The second main problem with the WHO is, in regard to COVID-19, is the World Health Organization's Emergency Committee did not recommend travel restrictions due to their international health regulations, which serve to constrain rather than facilitate rapid action, need revamping. They also stated that the third problem with the World Health Organization is the government failed to grasp that the January 30th emergency declaration was the World Health Organization's loudest possible alarm and that has no authority to declare a pandemic. Many countries failed to take strong measures until the WHO eventually did describe it as a pandemic on March 11th. So those are just some examples of how the World Health Organization was ineffective at handling the COVID-19 pandemic.